At 82, I discovered that the secret to healing wasn't just in herbal remedies, but in the laughter and stories shared with friends. Could such simple connections transform our golden years? As Henry pondered over his recent conversations with friends, he knew he was not alone in his struggles with digestive issues. The weight of medications lay heavy on his heart and his belly, making him feel like a mere passenger in his own body. In the last few months, he had experienced an unsettling cocktail of side effects, from the numerous pills he had been prescribed to manage his discomfort. He felt as if he were on a carousel of medication that never seemed to cease spinning. However, one night, while sharing a cup of herbal tea with his friend Trevor, he realized that there were alternatives to the weighty pharmacy bags he carried home each week. The calming aroma of chamomile floated through the air, coaxing him towards new possibilities. "Have you ever thought about easing into the world of herbal teas, Henry?" Trevor asked playfully, the twinkle in his eye visible even in the dim restaurant light. Trevor had long held a fascination for natural remedies and could often be found experimenting with new tea blends at his home. His gentle nudge was all Henry needed to ignite that flickering flame of motivation inside him. After weeks of feeling overwhelmed and disconnected from his body's natural rhythms, Henry felt curious again, curious about how these humble plants could offer a gentler way to ease his digestive woes. The thought began to dance in his head like the wisps of steam rising from his cup, and he decided it was time to explore this fragrant avenue together with Trevor and their respective wisdoms. As days turned into weeks, Henry found himself joined by Margaret and Ella, both eager to share their insights. Margaret's warm smile greeted him each time he visited her cozy living room, where she often invited friends to engage in soothing discussions over herbal remedies. "Remember, dear, your body has its own rhythm," she would say, her gentle voice urging him to listen closely. She shared her experience with peppermint tea, emphasizing its ability to soothe the stomach and ease bloating. He watched her silver hair glowing under the sunlight, demonstrating how natural remedies could be a source of comfort and empowerment. It was refreshing to witness her confidence, reminding him that age was merely a macrocosm of one's vitality and desire to feel good. Meanwhile, Ella added an element of movement to their dialogues, incorporating the philosophies that had shaped her yoga practice. "Why not combine meditation with your teas, Henry?" she encouraged one afternoon as they sat surrounded by the fragrant blooms of her garden. A moment of peaceful reflection paired with chamomile could balance your mind and soul, adding another layer of comfort to your digestive routine. The idea of reflecting on his day while enjoying the gentle aroma of his herbal brew felt like a nurturing embrace amid the chaos of aging. It invigorated the way he viewed not only his digestive health, but his overall well-being, reminding him that he could curate his journey towards wellness with mindful intent. Creating a ritual was essential to Henry's newfound approach. Each morning he developed the habit of brewing a cup of ginger tea, fondly recalling Trevor's cheerful recommendations. Ginger was known for its digestive benefits, and as he sipped it slowly, he felt a blossoming warmth spreading through him, as if the brew were stirring life back into him. His resolve strengthened when he learned from Margaret that turmeric, which he had always associated with the aroma of home-cooked meals, could also be of aid with digestive inflammation. This journey transformed into a multi-sensory experience, where each herb stimulated not just his digestive tract, but also the joy and nostalgia of shared meals past. Henry found himself searching for more ways to celebrate his body, one nourishing sip at a time. Not long after, the four of them came together at Ella's garden for a delightful potluck, where stories and laughter mingled in the air like the enticing aromas wafting from their dishes. Each contributed a unique creation. Trevor rustled up a savory soup spiced with turmeric, while Margaret prepared a garden-fresh salad complemented by a dill-infused dressing that they all adored. As they sat together, indulging in wholesome food and the warmth of companionship, it struck Henry. This sense of community was the true essence of his healing journey. Together, they buoyed each other with knowledge and encouragement, all woven into a colorful tapestry of shared meals, laughter, and tea-hued moments of mindfulness. Time slipped by effortlessly, each day unfolding as if wrapped in a gentle blanket of purpose. Henry realized that in embracing these natural remedies and surrounding himself with such heartfelt company, he had not just alleviated his digestive troubles, he had rekindled a sense of belonging and connection to vitality. Just as he was savoring the delightful prospect of his journey, a thought struck him. What other treasures of health and wellness awaited him in these golden years? Perhaps more adventures in nature, exploring new flavors, or introducing new friends to the healing power of tea. The skies stretched far above, and a world of possibilities opened alongside them. As the weeks unfolded, I noticed Henry's transformation not only in his digestive comfort, but in the way he approached life. His spirit was lighter, laughter came easier, and the camaraderie among our little group had blossomed into something truly special. I cherished our discussions around the table, filled with not just nourishing food but stories steeped in warmth, wisdom, and the ever-curious spirit of discovery. Inspired by our rituals, Henry began hosting weekly tea sessions himself, inviting Trevor, Ella, and me to share in this adventure of wellness. It wasn't long before he took on the role of an enthusiastic host, blending herbal knowledge with culinary exploration, crafting delightful recipes that celebrated the flavors of the herbs we had come to adore. One crisp Saturday morning, Henry decided to throw a themed Digestive Delight party, sparking excitement among us all. With a pep in his step and a smile radiating joy, he anticipated sharing a day filled with flavorful concoctions and laughter. He spent the entire morning brewing chamomile-infused lemonades and preparing ginger carrot muffins, reveling in the activity like a child on Christmas morning. As I helped him arrange the tables with soft linens and colorful flowers, I could feel the energy bubbling up, the kind that comes only when friends unite for a purpose that transcends mere sustenance. We were there to support one another, to inspire, and to celebrate this newfound journey of natural wellness that had intertwined our lives on a deeper level. When the day arrived, Trevor showed up wearing a bright yellow polo, beaming with enthusiasm. "Well, Henry, are we ready to make the most of this very important occasion?" He grinned, hinting at his own culinary contribution. A creamy herbal soup, rich with turmeric, ginger, and a splash of coconut milk, inspired by the vibrant flavors of his earlier years as a chef. Ella floated in moments later, with her hands full of garden-fresh vegetables she had lovingly cultivated that spring. "I thought I'd whip up a colorful salad," she announced, her eyes sparkling with excitement. Nothing like the juiciness of fresh produce to complement our theme. Watching my friends, I felt an overwhelming sense of belonging. Here we were, fearless and intentional in our quest for better health, and the air hummed with camaraderie. As we settled around the table, each dish showcased not just ingredients but components of ourselves, our passions, our pasts, and our collective journey towards reclaiming joy in simple things like eating together. I couldn't help but marvel at the vibrant spread. Henry's muffins beckoned with their golden hue, Trevor's soup shimmered invitingly, and Ella's salad sparkled with fresh herbs, each adding an invigorating note to the gathering. "To natural healing and friendship," I toasted, raising my cup of herb-infused lemonade, the scent of chamomile wafting through the air. It was these small, deliberate moments that reminded me of the power we held to choose joy, to embrace life with a lightness that belied the weight society sometimes placed on aging. Between bites of muffins and sips of tea, the conversation flowed freely, touching on everything from recent excursions to the local farmers market, to shared reflections about the beauty of living in the moment. "You know," Trevor remarked thoughtfully, "this journey isn't just about what we put in our bodies, it's about the people we choose to share it with." His words resonated deeply, punctuating the significance of our gathering. Every laugh, every story shared over delectable dishes revealed an undeniable truth. Our connection was just as vital to our wellness as the nourishing ingredients we lovingly selected. We were a tapestry woven together, each thread vibrant and unique, forming a beautiful showcase of friendship and shared growth. The hours slipped by, filled with laughter and stories, until the sunlight began to wane, casting a warm golden glow over our gathering. As we cleared the remnants of our feast, I felt a newfound gratitude surge within me. This little community we had nurtured anchored our health journeys, reminding each of us that we were far from alone. Together, we were embracing age not as a restriction, but as an invitation to explore new horizons of health, vitality, and friendship. Henry, now brimming with newfound confidence, promised us more gatherings and moments of shared learning, and I could hardly contain my excitement. Every event would be a new opportunity to delve deeper into the vast world of holistic wellness. As the evening settled around us, replete with the sweet aroma of chamomile and the laughter of dear friends, I realized we were all on the cusp of something remarkable. Each of us, in our golden years, was exploring the beautiful interplay between natural remedies and genuine connections. It was a blossoming journey of empowerment, one that liberated us from fear and filled our hearts with hope and motivation. The little things, like a warm cup of tea or shared laughter, proved that our golden years could still be adorned with adventures, flavors, and friendships that celebrated life's beautiful complexities. What else would our explorations lead us to discover as our herbal patchwork continued to unfold? As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm glow across our gathering, I couldn't shake the excitement from our new shared health journey. Each week felt like a revelation, and our Digestive Delight party had merely been a delightful prelude to something more. With our bellies full and spirits even fuller, I sensed my friends, Henry, Trevor, and Ella, were equally inspired by the idea of embracing not just healthier habits, but also the joy found in cultivating our connections. It became clear that our next endeavor would involve exploring the soothing art of gentle massages, a topic Trevor had chirped about with refreshing enthusiasm just the week prior. "Self-care, Margaret. It's about time we pampered ourselves a little more, don't you think?" he had joked, provoking laughter but also stirring thoughts in me about the importance of nurturing not only our digestion, but our bodies as a whole. The conversation about massage was ignited by a beautiful story Trevor shared about his experiences at a recent wellness workshop. "You wouldn't believe the techniques they showed us. It was all about simple movements to alleviate bloating and discomfort," he exclaimed, his white hair catching the evening light as he animatedly gestured. I could see the memory of the event brightening his twinkling eyes. He spoke of how the instructor demonstrated various pressure points that improved our digestive function, emphasizing that our bodies respond to gentle touch much like flowers do to sunlight. I could feel the warmth of our collective excitement building as he recounted how he felt lighter and more energized each time he practiced those techniques. Fueled by Trevor's enthusiasm, I began to envision how wonderful it would be to not only learn these techniques together, but to also empower each other to incorporate massage into our daily self-care routines. The next morning, I prepared for our weekly meetup by gathering essential oils and soft music, creating an ambience for relaxation. As I arranged the room, a sense of hope blossomed in my heart. It was more than just about massage techniques. It was about encouraging each other to relish in the practice of loving ourselves in our golden years. I remembered a quote from my years as a holistic practitioner: "The body is a garden, and the soul is its gardener." In that moment, I felt the synergy between our friendships and our health was going to bloom into something beautiful. When our weekly meeting finally kicked off, the space was alive, with air fragrant from lavender-infused oils I had prepared, which had found a special way to drift through the room and ease the tensions of yesterday. Trevor wasted no time, lightheartedly leading us into a gentle stretching routine before guiding us to find our own comfortable spaces. Think of this as our sacred space for healing and connection. He cocooned us in laughter, lowering his voice to an almost theatrical hush. As I sat on my cushion, watching Ella set the scene by placing flowers on the table, it was evident our little gathering had transformed into a sanctuary of sorts, one where we would be both the students and the teachers of healing. With soft music in the background, Trevor recreated the techniques he had learned at the workshop, explaining each movement step by step. The way his fingers danced over his own abdomen while he shared stories of the benefits of increasing blood circulation fascinated me and echoed the warmth that had blossomed inside my heart earlier. His enthusiasm was infectious. I found my mind drifting towards how I could integrate these practices into my own routine at home. As we began practicing on ourselves, I could feel the gentle warmth in the room, a blend of shared trust and enthusiasm ebbing and flowing. Henry, ever the explorer, quirked his eyebrow, expressing surprise at how such simple touches could already start to relieve tension and discomfort. Through our practice, we discovered that self-massage went beyond the physical. It was truly a bridge linking our minds to our bodies. "Look, Margaret, just this little movement here at the base of the rib cage. Ah, that feels nice," Ella exclaimed, and I couldn't help but giggle at her enthusiasm, her curls bouncing as she leaned into the motion. We shared our laughs and light-hearted discussions about other remedies we had used over the years. It was as if each massage stroke unveiled layers of our collective wisdom. "This feeling, this refreshment, it's almost euphoric," Henry commented, his laughter echoing with sincerity, lacing through the room. As our session came to a close, I realized that the most profound aspect of the afternoon wasn't merely about relieved tension. It was the blossoming of deeper connections between us all. We wrapped up with a moment of mindfulness, reflecting on how our bodies carried stories that were intertwined with our lived experiences. "Self-care is a reflection of how we love ourselves," I proposed softly, feeling the weight of the moment sink in. In that circle, we weren't just friends. We were companions on this enriching journey to embrace our golden years with grace, humor, and a sense of adventure. Our exploration into gentle massages had sparked possibilities for further gatherings centered around self-love and holistic health. What new findings awaited us in our quest to flourish together? Each day seemed to open doors to further discoveries about our health, happiness, and how we could continue to nurture this precious community we had forged. As I packed up, I looked forward to our next meeting, eager to discover what would emerge from our continued commitment to self-care and holistic healing. As we gathered for our next Digestive Delight meeting, excitement buzzed around the room, each of us carrying the warmth from our previous session like a cherished gift. The gentle scents of chamomile tea filled the air, inviting us into a serene state of mind. I watched as Trevor set up the cozy space, placing a vibrant tea display on the table alongside a collection of herbal remedies he had been eager to share with us. With tea as his main focus, he explained, "The art of blending herbs can truly transform our digestion, my dear friends." His enthusiasm was contagious, and I felt a tingling sense of anticipation about what he would reveal next. Not only was he familiar with traditional remedies, but his background as a chef also brought a delicious flair to each concoction, transforming our simple gatherings into culinary explorations of wellness. As we settled into our cushions, Ella's eyes sparkled with curiosity. "What have you been brewing up for us this time, Trevor?" she asked, prompting him to launch into a tale of his latest experimentation. He shared how he had stumbled upon the soothing properties of ginger and peppermint while blending various natural ingredients. "Oh, but add a pinch of cinnamon, magnificent," he declared, leaning forward with the kind of enthusiasm that brought his stories to life. "The blend not only raises metabolism but also adds a delightful spiciness that dances on the taste buds, keeping our digestive systems happy." As he passed around small samples of the tea, I could feel a collective eagerness in the room. We savored the warm elixirs, nodding our heads in approval, our laughter mingling with the steamy aroma that enveloped us. Following Trevor's captivating tale, I chimed in, eager to add my thoughts about the role of hydration in digestive health. "You know, drinking enough water can work wonders alongside our newly discovered teas," I began, grateful for the platform to share my knowledge. In these golden years, our bodies often require a little extra support, and staying hydrated helps maintain that harmony. I recalled my own experience of dryness and discomfort when I hadn't been attentive to hydration. I aim for at least 8 glasses a day, and let me tell you, it has changed the game for me. I watched as they nodded, a sign of shared understanding, amidst our collective journey toward better digestion at this cherished age. Ella's eyes lit up as she remembered her yoga days when hydration played a key role in her practice. Margaret, you're absolutely right. A well-hydrated body flows better, much like a graceful asana, allowing for smoother digestion and more energy. She stood to demonstrate a gentle forward bend, encouraging us to stretch as we visualized bringing hydration into our bodies. The laughter and lightness in the room entwined with Ella's movements, creating a sensory experience that went beyond the topic at hand. Each bend felt like an invitation to honor our bodies, reinforcing the intimacy we shared in this gathering. As we all attempted the stretch, I witnessed a bonding moment. It wasn't just about our common age, but rather the laughter shared as we stumbled, embodying the joy of fitness at any stage of life. With the topic of hydration now ingrained in our discussion, Henry shared his journey of exploring mindfulness practices. He began thoughtfully. Incorporating yoga and meditation into my daily routine has been a game changer. It allows me to connect mind and body while nurturing my digestion. His serene expression invited us to listen, and as I gazed at my friends, I saw twinkles of curiosity blossom in their eyes. Henry detailed how beginning each day with 10 minutes of quiet meditation not only calmed his spirit, but helped him tune into how his body felt, paving the way for healthier choices throughout the day. It's about acknowledging our needs and honoring them, he said slowly, his voice soothing yet powerful. Mindfulness is like planting a seed. With time and care, it flourishes into a vibrant garden of wellness. Conclusion arrived gently as we finished our tea, tucked into meaningful conversation, harmonizing our newfound understanding of digestion, self-care, and community. Our gathering felt almost sacred, a warm circle brimming with love and mutual respect. Trevor couldn't resist closing our meeting on a sweet note. Let's make it a point to share our experiences weekly as we embark on this enlightening journey together. As I looked around at my friends, each of their faces bright with hope and anticipation, I felt fortified by the collective spirit of connection and support. This experience reaffirmed my belief in the power of natural remedies and holistic practices to enhance our golden years, beckoning us to take charge of our health with